Have you ever stepped onto a trampoline and felt like you've just met a friendly negotiator between you and gravity? It's this spring-loaded diplomat that turns a simple stomp into a soaring smile. Today, we're going to peel back the fabric of fun and uncover the science that makes every single bounce a tiny miracle. First off, let's talk about the trampoline itself. It's a team player. The mat is elastic, the frame is rigid, but the real muscle? That's the ring of springs. When you press down, they stretch, and when you lift off, they snap back, delivering that satisfying liftoff you feel right in your belly. The moment your feet land, your motion becomes a physics remix. Your moving body carries kinetic energy. As you press down, the springs compress and the mat stretches, storing that energy as potential energy. Then, like dance partners, they trade places over and over again. Kinetic to potential, potential to kinetic, as you rise and fall. A trampoline is basically a live demonstration of the conservation of energy, but with serious style points. Let's zoom in on the springs. They obey a beautifully simple rule discovered way back in the 17th century called Hooke's law. It means the force a spring pushes or pulls with is directly proportional to how far it is stretched or compressed. In simple terms, the harder you jump, the more the springs give, and the stronger they push back. More stretch equals more launch. That's why a confident jump sends you way higher than a timid little tap. If you could see it in slow motion, it would look like this. Your feet press the mat, the coils pack tighter, your upward motion pauses for a split second while the trampoline stores all your energy. And then, snap! The stored energy returns as a powerful push, and your body is shot skyward like a slinky staging a comeback. Of course, this all happens inside Newton's playbook. An object in motion stays in motion, and for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Your downward action on the mat meets an equal and opposite upward reaction from the springs that launches you into the air. All the while, gravity is there to keep you honest, bringing you back down for the next round. Here's a fun thought experiment. If a fly lands on the mat, barely anything happens. But if an elephant were to somehow sit on it, the springs would sag dramatically. Why? Because mass matters. More mass means stronger forces and a deeper stretch. This is why kids and adults feel so different on the same trampoline. Your body mass sets the stage for how far the springs compress and how much energy they can store and return. A child's gentle jumps create small arcs, while a parent's jump unleashes big, swooping bounces that feel like an elastic roller coaster. Now, picture that sweet spot right in the middle of the trampoline. That's where the forces balance most evenly, and the springs around the edge share the workload. Jump there, and you get a clean, vertical push. But if you jump off center, the geometry tilts a bit. The mat slopes, the pull from the springs gains a little sideways whisper, and you'll find yourself drifting back toward the middle. The system naturally tries to recenter you, like a bull guiding a marble back home. But a trampoline is also an honest teacher about energy loss. You can't bounce higher forever because some energy always leaks out. It turns into a tiny bit of heat in the metal and fabric, it's lost to friction in the joints, and it fights against air resistance as you slice through the breeze. These little losses are actually helpful. They keep your bounces stable and prevent the system from going wild. After a few bounces, you settle into a comfortable rhythm, a cozy conversation between you and the springs. So, how can you make this practical? 1. Higher jumps. Bend your knees on the way down to give the springs more time to load up with energy. Then, extend your body on the way up to ride the full return wave. 1. More control. Keep your core tight and your eyes forward. This helps you stay aligned vertically, letting the trampoline push you straight back up. For a real pro move, try a timing game. Press down deep and wait for the very bottom of your arc. Then, explode upward right as the springs shift from storing to releasing their energy. You'll feel that perfect moment where your motion and the trampoline are in sync, like a duet that suddenly locks into a perfect groove. Every time you step onto that mat, you're stepping into a hands-on physics lab. You're feeling energy, momentum, and forces in your bones. When you press, you store. When you rise, you release. Every bounce is a tiny lesson wrapped in laughter. So the next time you're on a trampoline, take a breath, listen for that quiet hum of tension in the springs, and then jump into the conversation with gravity. Because behind every giggle and gasp is a beautifully choreographed exchange of energy, a chorus of coiled steel and woven fabric singing the physics of play. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed nerding out about trampolines with me, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of everyday fun. See you next time.